Hi everybody, Mike Hano from the Canadian Ski Guide Association. We've had a few questions regarding improvised harnesses, so I thought I'd show you three different demos here. There's a lot of different ways and a lot of different improvised harnesses there, but just keep in mind the CSGA advocates that the harness not be cinching and that it not be in a position that could strangle the patient. So non-cinching, non-strangle, and it also has to include some sort of shoulder support or harness. So I'll show you the first and simplest here. This is a pre-sewn diaper harness. You can purchase these. Kirk Mothler is the distributor of this. Otherwise, if you don't have the pre-sewn diaper harness, just a sewn sling will do the same thing. It just won't be quite as comfortable for the patient. But you can see it's essentially a sewn sling that's sewn into some parachute material here for comfort. So that goes around the patient like so. Comes up through the middle, and then you take another sewn sling just throw a cross in it like so, over the shoulders and down to the master attachment point. Now, of course, you can shorten any of these loops depending on the size of the patient. The one thing you can't do is lengthen them. But this is a good example of something that's non-cinching and it won't strangle the patient. This carabiner can't come up and strangle the patient. So it's very quick, it's very efficient. So diaper harness with a sewn sling for shoulder restraint. The other example I'll show you is using an open piece of webbing and a sewn sling. So sewn sling again for the shoulder restraint. And what I've done is I've tied two pieces of different colored tubular webbing here just to make it a little more obvious as I tie it. But you can see why we advocate such a long piece of webbing. You need quite a bit, so this is about 6 meters here tied together. I'll just put the knot at the center of my back. So I found the center point, I reach between my legs, and I pull the strands through. Now if we were to tie it off like this in the middle, this would create what we call a cinching type improvised harness, which we don't want. If we start to pull on this, we're going to cut circulation of the femoral artery and we could impede or impair the limbs for the patient. So we need to secure that. So we'll secure that just with an overhand knot at the cinch point. And we'll do that at each leg loop. We'll bring the two strands together. And then with the two ends of tail, we can pick up the shoulder harnesses, or shoulder straps, restraints, sorry. Cinch those down so they're nice and tight. And then we can secure that with 4 nice and tight overhand knots. Ensuring that we have enough tail remaining. And once again, we have a nice master attachment point. Alternatively, the third and the last one here would be a single piece of long webbing. You'll probably need, I would say, minimum 6 meters, ideally 7 to 8, depending on the average size of clients that you guide. Remove this one here and we'll go on to the next one. So this is a 7-meter piece of tubular webbing. Find the center point, unravel it, bring the center point behind your back, and similar to the other harness, reach behind you to grab what will become the leg loops. And we'll secure those leg loops with an overhand knot. Once the leg loops are secure, bring the 2 strands to the front. Simple overhand knot. At about the belt line there. Then take those 2 strands, bring them behind your back in a crisscross fashion. Back to the front. 1 strand to the inside, 1 strand to the outside. And just give it a few wraps. 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we'll just secure that with a couple figure eights. And we have another nice attachment point. So as you can see, 3 different types of improvised harnesses. There's many more. Just remember the 3 principles. Can't be cinching, can't strangle, and it must have some sort of shoulder restraint so the patient can't fall out of the harness. Have fun, enjoy practicing. As you can see, you can do this in your house. You don't even have to be out in the mountains. So we look forward to seeing you on course. Take care.